all of my segments, all 5 segments, have been about trying to empower African American or black youth. The biggest challenge I run into is there's such a hopelessness. You know, we complain about the education system. I've heard people like Ray Lewis say the other day, the hood don't need any money. Well, you're wrong on that, Ray. There are hundreds of 501c3 companies just like mine that need funding because we are in the hood. Ray can't do it by himself. You know, I think he was criticizing Kaepernick for saying he's going to give $1 million. He said that they don't need your money, they need you. No, everybody can't be in the community or the neighborhoods, Ray. The funding helps to make a difference. How does funding help to make a difference? The biggest challenge we're going to run into is exposure. Some of the youth in inner cities, whether it's African American, whether it's or black, or whether it's Hispanic or white, that's all they know. Their whole world is like this, the hood, as you call it. They need to understand neighborhood. They need to understand community. See, I don't have a problem with, you know, what white people have done according to, you know, some people. All they did was accept their God-given inheritance. God said dominate this thing. Now, does that mean war and guns and fighting? No, that doesn't mean that. No, not always. But what it does mean is, like Dr. King said, if you can build a better mousetrap, the world will be the path to your door. At the end of the day, you know, having been in public education almost 30 years, teaching, you know, we talk about the educational system. I had incredible teachers that I work with. I'm going to use Carter High School, for example. All 3 of my sons graduated from Carter. Why? Because we had a teacher there from Cameroon, Africa. We had several teachers from South America, from India. We had teachers there from Greece. I mean, just from all over the world who were at Carter High School to make a difference. So what was wrong with the educational system there? Well, this isn't popular, but it ain't always the teachers. Everybody I know want to come down on bad teachers. Well, you have bad in everything. But if you don't give them the resources they need, you got to understand there's a system in place, because somebody got to work at Walmart. Somebody, and I'm not saying Walmart is a bad job, but somebody got to work there. So you got to look at, are we gearing students to be leaders or laborers? And only you can decide that. Parenting is one of the biggest challenges. As a parent, I don't care what school your child goes to, it's your job to give them that exposure. Those of us that are in the community as activists and youth advocates, our job is, when the father ain't there, the mother not there, our job is to come in and say, hey, we're going to a museum. Hey, we're going to during the science place or the Ross Perot, or we're going to a basketball game in person, or a football game. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to put it in perspective. What I'm doing now as I travel the country with my Enough is Enough, giving youth their humanity back, my goal is just to empower youth to think for themselves. Don't depend on the government, don't depend on anyone, like you can yourself. Once you connect with God and you figure out who God is, whoever your God is, once you figure out God, then I promise you, success is yours. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about success. I think as Brother Richard Davis said, being poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly. Success is a feeling. It's that inner part. It's that spiritual part that connects with God. There are people with money killing themselves every day. Not happy, drinking, doing weed and other drugs because they haven't found fulfillment. What I teach and what I instruct about is fulfillment through your relationship with God, through Jesus Christ. That's just me. And then once you have that essence, oh my God, what you can do. You can walk on water. You can fly. But you got to get rid of those things that hinder you. My two battles is the word nigga and hood. Because when I hear people say hood, everybody braces themselves. Because it's the most negative thing about it. They know you're talking, for whatever reason, black. They're not saying black community. Now, blacks in the community say that, but everybody else, oh man, he's going to the hood. Why isn't he going to a black neighborhood? Because we've taken the word neighbor out. We've taken our love, God, forgiveness, mercy, and it shows. In order for us to have some type of unity, to make a difference, we got to change not only the way we speak and the way we talk to each other, we got to change our thinking. Going back to the scriptures, whatever a man thinketh, so is he. Out of the mouth come both blessings and curses. Every time we say the word nigga, which is associated with death, we're cursing that child. We're saying, what's up, nigga? What's up, nigga? Oh, what's happening? Shit. Nigga, what's up? That's what's happening, nigga. 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 Isn't it easier just to say brother? Oh, I know everybody ain't your brother. Everybody ain't your friend. But everybody can be your nigga. It's amazing to me how other races, Mexicans and whites, can use the word nigga. But we can't use those words that were derogatory towards them. I asked one of my students, I said, do you call Mexicans wetbacks? No, man, I wouldn't disrespect them like that. I wouldn't disrespect, that ain't right. Wow. And then one student told me, well, Ms. Ferguson, that white person called me a nigga and I called him a hunky and a redneck and a cracker. Do you even know where these words came from? Hunky comes from the term back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s even, when rich white males wanted, and not even rich all the time, wanted a black prostitute, they would come to the black neighborhood and honk their horns. They wouldn't get out. They would honk their horns. And pretty soon, the pimps and the other people in the neighborhood said, there you're hunky, because he's honking his horn. What they have to do with murder, rape, slavery? The word hunky ain't synonymous with nigga. Then they said, well, cracker. Cracker comes from that whip, that sound it made when it was cracking the middle of your back open. So all of this is not synonymous with living in goodness and term of endearment. Do your own research, make up your own mind. As I travel the country, that's my goal. It's just to give a little humanity back, see what it feels like to be human, to breathe. Not just survive as a real ass nigga, but to live as a human being. Thank you.